Hello and welcome to another action figure review of me, Dan the Batman. So today we are looking at a different sort of action figure. This is Mr. Freeze as featured in the film Batman and Robin. And this figure was made by Kenner in the year 1997. And I've got no idea how much this cost when it came out, but I would have thought it would probably be quite cheap for kids to buy. So, a little bit of background story on this figure. Well, as you know, Batman and Robin isn't a film what's very popular, as many consider it to be one of the worst films ever made. Now, I personally don't mind the film. I still think it's a big disappointment, but it's not as bad as people say it is. And one of the problems with Batman and Robin is that it's a bit toyetic, meaning that like, you can see, like, whatever you see on the screen has been turned into a toy, like, for the toy manufacturers, because they got quite involved with the production of Batman and Robin, which is why, like, they changed, like, all the characters. Like, for example, Mr. Freeze here, they changed it to make it look more appealing to children. Like, so when they bought the action figures, they're like, oh, that's Mr. Freeze, you know, from Batman and Robin. But I recently, so that's the story of it, really. As I mentioned, this is released by Kenner. Kenner, over the years, produced many action figures, from Star Wars to the film Aliens, and they were always, well, the majority of them were high quality, and this is probably one of them. And there's a Jurassic Park figure review, which is coming soon, and that's a figure released by Kenner. But I'll go into that when I look at that figure another time. So let's start off with the articulation. Well, actually, first before we look at the articulation, this character is portrayed in the film by Arnold Schwarzenegger, the famous action star, and he has his quote saying "I'll be back" and all that sort of stuff. And I always liked him. Like I didn't mind him in the film. I thought he was quite good. But anyway, let's look at I'll talk to you more about my views on that on the figures and stuff afterwards. So the figure has not general articulation. It's quite blocked. The articulation is quite blocked because of his outfit. So the head can move side to side. It can't do a 360. I suppose if you did do a 360, you'd probably break it, which is not a good thing. The arms can go back. Actually, no, that's all they can do. They can only make that movement hit a bit because this hinders the articulation, this shoulder piece. This arm does the same has the same articulation. No hand articulation or elbow articulation. As we go down, he's got a T crotch piece, meaning that he can sit down like that, and his legs can go out and back. Not a lot, to be honest, but what do you expect? I mean, I know Arnold in the film, he doesn't have much movement because this is a fact. Arnold he didn't wear the suit for most of the film because he had a stunt double who was brought in. And I think Arnold, he got paid quite a bit of money to play Mr. Freeze, but you would have thought that he would have worn the suit all the time if he was being paid a lot of money, but whatever. So, let's have a little look at the detail. Well, we'll start off with the head sculpt. If I just zoom in a little bit. There we go. So, the face sculpt. Does it look like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I can vaguely see the resemblance. It's not a bad likeness, like some other figures what I've reviewed in the past. It's not too bad. You can tell who it's meant to be, that very stern look, what Mr. Freeze has in the film. The likeness isn't too bad. I don't think the likenesses are that bad on the other figures, what they released at the time, as well as Batman and Robin, and not Batman and Robin, Batman Forever and Batman Returns and the Batman film. I think the likenesses aren't too bad on the figures. Obviously the early Star Wars figures are not the best likenesses, but I'll go into that another time if I was to review some Star Wars figures from Kenner. The likeness isn't too bad. If we go down to the costume is a little bit over the top. I personally, I don't mind it. It's not the best Mr. Freeze variation. I personally prefer the Mr. Freeze from the video game Arkham City. I quite like that version of Mr. Freeze. Let me know in the comment section below what your favourite version of Mr. Freeze is. It's quite detailed for what it is. I mean, if I just get a normal standard figure, this is my Jurassic Park figure, which I'll be reviewing soon. He's quite tall, which is good, I suppose, because I mean Arnold's quite a tall bloke in real life, and I suppose it goes well with the action figure line that was released to coincide with Batman and Robin. He's got 2 peg holes, so if you had any like surfaces with little peg holes, you could click him in. And his hands have got, well, one of them's just a fist, so you could, I suppose if you're doing an animation or playing with the figures as a kid, you could like pretend he's punched someone or something like he does in the film. This hand's open, and this hand originally could hold, or was supposed, or this figure in fact came with a freeze gun. And I unfortunately don't own this, or own this freeze gun, because I bought this at a car boot sale, and they had it there. And I did ask him, does it come with any accessories? I'm like, nah, sorry mate, don't. But I'll put a picture in this video or there probably is a picture in this video to let you know what the freeze gun looked like. And also, before we look at the rest of the costume, just want to say the quality is quite good on this. I mean, considering how old it is, and I bought it loose, there's a few scratches there and there, but I don't really care. It's Mr. Freeze. So as we go down, so the head sculpt's really good. You've got all the wires and stuff connected into his head, and you've got these shoulder pieces, which are very cool. You've got lots of different patterns and lines and stuff. And as we go down to the main torso, I don't get what's going on with the chest plates, but whatever. He's got some muscle lines going down, because obviously Arnold's famous for being a famous bodybuilder. Very strong guy, wouldn't want to mess with him. He's got loads of rivets and stuff going around his torso, including the back, which we'll have a look at in a minute. As we go down, sort of a line pattern going down to where the legs are and the feet are. Little hints of blue, because obviously he's frozen, or he's ice cold, or he's got a cold heart, so obviously his skin's all turned bluish. Yeah, I'd say a baby blue colour. Shows off quite dark on the camera. But yeah, so his knee pads are cool. They've got, like, I think they look like a little bit like the ski masks which his henchmen wear in the film, which is very cool. And again, more skin showing. He's got his boots. These boots are quite cool. I think they're. I think in the because I've got the Batman box set, which I am going to review at some point, but I'll go into that at the end of the video. I think it mentions about how Mr. Freeze or Arnold wore boots that padded him up a little bit to make him a little bit taller. So as you can see, his feet probably would go up to there, but they've obviously given him a bigger shoe to put on and probably padded it out to make him look taller. And the boots are very cool. You've got lots of different patterns and everything. And as we look at the back, you can see that there is more patterns going around. You've got some more patterns on the back of Arnold's helmet, what he wore. Got some more little rivets, little lines, few more shapes. They look, I mean, correct. Let me know in the comment section below. That looks like a cheese cracker, doesn't it? I've been looking at this figure for a few days now before I decided to review it, and I thought that looks a little bit like a cracker of some sort. But let me know if that does look like it. I swear it does. A bit weird thing to be putting on a villain's costume, but there we go. You've got these are where his back of his little back plates or something to put on his suit. Got a little box here, don't know what that's for. Let me know in the comment section below if you know what it is for. And you've got these little serrated things going into his leg. Must be quite painful for him. And that's only on one side, it's not on the other side, it's just plain on this side. But you've got that. And it looks like a little bit like an insect, actually. I don't know. Let me know if I'm right or wrong. And You got more well, these knee pads are quite good. And you've got all the copyright business, all the spiel. It says, in case some of you want to know, it's made in China, and it says TM 1997 DC Comics, which is obviously when the year the figure was made, which I've already mentioned. So, and we've got some more wires and stuff here. So, all in all, really, guys, that's basically the review of the figure. It's still a very nice figure. I mean, although the film isn't very popular amongst Batman fans, including me, because I do like Batman. I have watched all the films. They're all very good. And I remember seeing Batman and Robin as a kid on VHS tape, on a VHS tape my nan had. And I remember thinking it was an alright film. It's not the... I'd say it's probably one of the least popular Batman films. And but yeah, I think the figures do kind of don't really do the film justice, because Kenner released like different variations of the characters, including Mr. Freeze. I mean, if you go online and go on Google and you just type up Mr. Freeze, like action figure Kenner 1997 Batman and Robin or something, you can see there's all different variations of him which don't really match what he looks like on screen. I mean, this, in my opinion, matches the costume he wears on screen. Alright, he doesn't have a painted face, which is kind of a bad thing I don't really like about the figure. That's the only bad thing I don't really like, to be honest. The rest of it's really good. But yeah, they released many variations of Batman, which is kind of annoying, and it's kind of it's what toy companies do, you know, like they always have like scuba diving Batman, or, you know, Batwing Batman and what have you. And Mr. Freeze, I mean, he's a cool character, but I think if they'd given a better script for Arnold to, like, you know, different words for Arnold to say rather than just catchphrases like "Stay chilled, bird boy," or what was his other one he used to say? "What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age." Yeah, the dialogue's not very good in the film, but it's a bit cheesy. But yeah, so. Yeah, and before I go into my rating, Kenner released many Batman figures throughout the 90s. They released them for the film Batman 1989 with Jack Nicholson as the Joker. That's a good film. Batman Returns in 1992. That's another good film. Batman Forever, the previous film to Batman and Robin. That Batman Forever is quite a good film. Some people don't really like it. I personally don't mind it. And Batman and Robin, obviously. And I think that's it. Because let me just check. As I'm recording this, I'm just having a little look at the action figures. What can I release? Oh no, they did. They did release some figures for the Batman, the animated series, which I do like. It's quite cool. Let me know if you have watched that, and let me know if there's any other Batman lines which Kenner released back in the 80s or 90s, what I haven't mentioned in this review, because I would be interested to know. So, all in all, I'm going to give this figure, because I'm thinking if someone bought this, they'd probably be like obviously it's Batman, so not Batman himself, but, you know, a figure from Batman. I'd give this... Do you know, I think I might go 8.5. Now, that's not a bad rating. That's quite a good rating. I'd probably give him that rating because I wish that the face sculpt had been better, and that maybe he could have been in scale with, like, the Star Wars figures, because it would have been cool to have, like, you know, Mr. Freeze versus... I don't know, Luke Skywalker or something as a kid, or, you know, I just think he's a little bit too big, and I think it would have been nice if it had fitted with all the, like, Star Wars figures which Kenner released in the past. But I don't mind this sculpt, like, the big sculpt makes him look a bit more menacing, because, like, you can reenact a scene, or not reenact a scene, but you can make up scenes like, "You all die, no," or something like that, you know what I mean. You can reenact scenes. I'm thinking of doing an animation with this Mr. Freeze action figure, and which should be good. I'm thinking of perhaps doing that this summer, or possibly some other time, because I really do like this figure, and I think, although the movie isn't very good, I think the figures what they released were very good, in my opinion. Mr. Freeze, I think, is probably one of the better ones they released. I do like the Riddler figure they released for Batman Forever. He's kind of cool. So yeah, 8.5 all the way around. And I think, yeah, if you're a fan of Batman, if you don't really mind that it's from Batman and Robin, I don't personally mind. It's Mr. Freeze. Mr. Freeze is cool. And, you know, I used to like Mr. Freeze as a kid. And I didn't mind Batman and Robin as a kid. But obviously, as you get older, you realise it's not a very good film. But it's still fun, and it's fun entertainment. If you want to ever stick it on, like if you're with your few friends and you just want to have a laugh, watch Batman and Robin. It'll make you laugh a few times. And so, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. My next review will be of this figure here, which is this figure from, I'm not going to say a name because it will spoil the surprise. This figure here from Jurassic Park. And so, yeah, she'll be coming soon. I've got no idea when that review will be coming, but you know that when it does, I will have the review here for you. So thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to leave a comment and like, and maybe even subscribe to my channel if you enjoyed watching this video. If you did enjoy watching this video, I've got countless reviews online, action figure reviews, Lego reviews, plush toy reviews, South Park reviews, or review, Sooty Puppet review. There's many videos I've uploaded. I think I've got roughly about 52 videos for you guys to check out. So yeah, let me know what you think of this review. If you would like me to do more figure reviews from, or action figures from Batman and Robin, Batman Forever, maybe even Batman Returns and the other Batman film, please do let me know. I would be interested to hear your opinions of what I could review. So thanks, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And yeah, stay tuned for more reviews. And oh, got one more word. I think Arnold wants to talk to us. I want you to hit the subscribe button. Thank you. That's all I need to say. Okay. I hope to see you soon, guys. Bye-bye.